Alright, my name is Tom from Code2 Cards, and today we're going to be looking at 8 cards that are coming back. What cards are coming back? What cards we're going to be able to have more copies of? What cards are going to be taken to Unlimited? That's what we're going to be looking at. 8 cards I'm going to give you today on the video. Alright, I got a couple things I need to go over before I jump into that real quick. The first is I do have the giveaway results. The second is, unfortunately, I have COVID, so I'm going to try and do this video as best that I can, but my throat is a little raw, and I am just super tired. Overall, it's not too bad. I have a cold, and I'm tired. But outside of that, it's not too bad. Let me give you the results of the winners for the giveaway. We got them right up there. EGY Collector, you got the Ash. Ultimate Rare. Excuse me. And then Spark Song MN, you got the Rabbit. So congratulations to you two. We probably have a giveaway on the next video that we're going to be doing. So keep that in mind. But on this video, we're going to be looking at 8 cards that I think the ban list could give us back or give us full range of those cards. So, as always, when I'm talking about the ban list, I do this for fun. I don't think that I have a magic crystal ball. I just like to try to figure out what cards could come back and put it out there and see, you know, what people think. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be giving you 8 cards that I think have a good chance of coming back. Let me bring you over to TCG Player so I can get that up. All right, here's the first card. If you followed the channel for a while, you know that I absolutely love this card. I already bought my 3/4 century Change of Hearts because I believe that the card is coming back. Most people aren't even playing this card. It's not like it's completely busted and it's unfair in the game. If you brought this back to 2 or 3, I think it could go to 3. I don't see this card being a problem pretty much at all. I'm excited to be able to play it at 3 because I generally play board breakers as opposed to hand traps. Therefore, I love being able to take your card, let you build your board, take your cards, and beat you over the head with them. It's my favorite thing to do in Yu-Gi-Oh! My favorite thing to do is to steal your cards and beat the ever-living crap out of you with your own cards. There's nothing that brings me more joy than that. So, Change of Heart to 3, I would love it. Alright, moving on from Change of Heart. A couple cards that are pretty obvious. Some of them pretty controversial. But I think one of the more obvious ones is I think Panker Toops could easily be at full power. Bring Pank to 3. Let's go again. Going second. I think Konami has an interest in creating a game in which going second is viable. I think they have to. So Change of Heart, Panker Toops, all these cards enable going second. So I think Panker Toops would be very helpful to have at 3. I don't think Miss is coming back. I know a lot of people talk about bringing that back to 2 or 3. I just don't think that card, I think it's good at 1, but Panker Toops I think would be very nice, and it would aid dinosaur players to some regard. So Panker Toops coming back I think is something that we're actually going to see. Change of Heart, a little more questionable, but Panker Toops, I think that, I feel pretty good about that. Another card that I feel really good about is Heavy Storm. I think this card is coming back. I'm super excited about it. I've already got my copies of Heavy Storm. So, am I thinking it's going to come to 3? No, but you know, I think we're going to be able to play this card. And to me, that's what I want. I want to be able to play it. I want access to the card. Again, another card that I think has the potential to help going second. They build their board. You try and wipe out some of it. I just think it's a very good card, but I don't think that it's a broken card in the sense that it can't be back in the game. I feel pretty confident about Heavy Storm as well as Panker Toops. Really hopeful of the Change of Heart. I do think there will be a time when Change of Heart comes back to 3. I'm just not entirely sure that this is the list that's going to do it, but I'm hopeful. Another one that I think could come back is Meow Meow Mew. Look, let's give Prank Kids back on the market. One of the things that I think Konami wants to do, besides make going second viable. So there's a couple things that Konami should be looking at doing with this ban list. The first of all is really hurting these massive decks that just wipe everybody out. So that's the first thing. Snake Eyes, YUGIOH, I always want to call it Trident Dragon. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name. But you know what I'm talking about. The going second dragon deck that everybody hates when they get destroyed by it. Those 3 decks, I think they want to bring them down a bit. I think the second thing they want to do is they want to make going second viable. And then the third thing I think they want to do is bring back some of these decks that people love so that they can play them, Prank Kids being one of those decks. I think, you know, bring this back to, you know, 1 is fine, and give Prank Kids something that they can play, and you get some different decks in the room, some different people playing. You're going to see this trend throughout a little bit. Here's another one. Ronin Toen, I think, can come back. Give Sprite something so that Sprite can get back in the game. All of this helps to make a much better meta. You got people playing Prank Kids. You got people playing Sprite. You got people playing YUGIOH. You're broadening out the number of decks that people can play and use. Ronin Toen is not going to break Sprite in any regard. So bring this back. Give Sprite a boost so that they can get back into the meta conversation at least. So I think this card can come back. Toad's not really going to do anything either. I don't see any downside to bringing this card back. I understand why it was taken out, but now we're in a completely different place. You can bring Ronin Toen back and people would love it. Plus, it's just this super cool card. Bring this card back. Another one, Lightning Storm. I just don't understand why Lightning Storm is at 2. I would understand if you put it to 1. I would understand if you put it at 3. I just don't understand 2. Most people play Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster, and they kind of just run those 3 together. Just give us back Lightning Storm at 3. I already have my play set of quarter century Lightning Storms because I believe that this card will come back. One of the things that I say all the time is I don't tell you to do things that I'm myself not doing. I already got the Lightning Storms. I already got the Change of Heart. I already got my Panker Toops at 3. I already got my Heavy Storms. I don't have Meow Meow Mew because I don't have any interest in playing Prank Kids. So I'm not going to buy that. I don't play Sprite, so I don't need the Toad. But Cohen does, and he does have the Toad. So we're all good on that. Another card that I don't understand why it's even here. This card must have been like a total disaster long before I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! But Armageddon Knight could easily come back to 3 in my mind. It doesn't seem like a terribly broken card. I can see why it's useful, but I could easily see Armageddon Knight coming to 3. I already got my 3 copies in the Duelist Saga, so I'm all set on that. But if, you know, I give these to you to say, hey, if you're interested in these cards, think about picking these up, because I think that these cards could come back. So that's 7 cards right there. Now, the one card that is really controversial, that I'm really going out on a limb here with, is Tearlaments, Kid Kalos. I think this card could come back to 1. I think it could come back to 1 and get Tearlaments back in the game as another deck that people could play. And you can see the trend that I'm working with here. Going second, make it viable. Get these decks that have fallen off back into the meta with Snake Eyes, with Yubel, with... I almost had it. The Sangan summoning deck. The dragons. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I forgot the name of it. The one that plays Trident Dragon. I just want to call it Trident Dragon deck. Even though I've played that deck a lot and Trident Dragon hasn't come out very much. But get these decks back in the game. It broadens out the meta. It makes it a more fun experience. I think the ban list could do that. I think bringing back Prank Kids, bringing back Sprite, bringing back Tearlaments, plus Tearlaments and Sprite, it looks like, are going to be in those tins. They also want to sell the mega tins. You bring back Sprite, you bring back Tearlaments, that's going to help you sell the mega tins. I think there's a decent chance that these cards come off. Those are the 8 cards that I got for you. So I gave you on the last video cards that are not going to get touched on this list. 8 of them. Now I'm giving you 8 cards that I think have a good chance of coming back. That is all that my voice has for you today. I'm going to go back to bed. But my name is Todd from Go2 Cards, and you should be looking out for a ban list either today or Monday. Those would be my best guesses on a ban list, which is why this video is coming out a little bit early. So I didn't want to make it and then the ban list come out and then there's no point of the video. But again, my name is Todd from Go2 Cards. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to be a part of the community, and hopefully I can get over this COVID quickly and get back to doing the cards that I love. I am out of here.